after hearing that Candace was fired. So the question is like, why was she fired?
I love watching Candice, and I always like her mental stage and where she's like stands on things because I find that interesting, and I like to be always against people who don't. So when she told me that she got fired, I was like, from what and doing what? And I really got interested and intrigued. And I saw Benny Johnson, the other YouTuber, he's talking about it. He's gonna give us update. So we're just gonna watch the video and then find out why she got fired. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's real. Candace Owens leaves the Daily Wire after clashing with boss Ben Shapiro over Israel-Hamas war. This has been, of course, a major breaking point for her show, but there are multiple fractures. There are multiple tectonic plates that are moving about here that I think led to this. Some that we can talk about here, some we might not be able to talk about here. But let's spit it. Candace Owens, the Daily Wire have parted ways after weeks of tensions with co-founder Ben Shapiro at Israel-Hamas war. Daily Wire, Candace Owens have ended their relationship. Co-founder Jeremy Boring posted on X on Friday. Comes after weeks of scandals surrounding the controversial conservative who has recently launched a campaign claiming French lady Brigitte Macron is transgender. She also has, again, that's one of them when I talk about the tectonic plates. Some of them editorial, some of them professional, some of them personal. She's...
So do you think that she's now an activist, or was she always being an activist? Like, I know she had a movement going on, but I didn't know if she was like an activist or like went to politics in that direction. Because I've seen her talk to like OnlyFans women and stuff like that, and women from the LGBTQ and all those type of people. And I didn't know if there was like a movement or just her saying her idea. What's he thinking?
I don't think, okay, yes, she is an activist, right? She's always against this non-Christian values.
People who are going against the norm.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
For example, she says that like men cannot get pregnant and women can get pregnant. So that means there are two genders. But then she's like, no, there are two sex.
So these are non-Christian values.
I don't know if it's non-Christian values, but it does go against Christianity to like blasphemy, you know?
Yeah, okay, so they're non-Christian values. If somebody just leave in the comments down below, like, what is it she's an activist for? I'm an ignorant. Okay, anyway, but if she got fired, then I have no idea why she got fired. But if she just refused to stay on the show and also participate in this very interesting new political party, I understand why she got fired. Maybe because it go against the politics of the company. So she got fired by just saying, I cannot keep working.
But it makes no sense because her whole page or her whole like movement or whole career, if you may, is that, you know, having that opinion and being like blue pill or red pill, where they're like one side is against the other side. And
yeah, but maybe, you know, whatever she was going to be working with is against the company she was currently working for, and then by default she had to get fired. But it's not a negative thing. It's actually a very positive thing that she got fired, because then she can continue with her own career, doing whatever she wants to do.
I mean, she already has the platform.
Yeah. So, okay.
Just making everything that I have done even bigger and giving myself more independence and more freedom to talk about the topics that I believe are crucial if we are going to save ourselves and to save this world from these evil, maniacal, psychopathic globalists that want to monitor every piece of our lives. So tons of stuff coming up. I'm excited. And I'm grateful that so many people around the world have just supported me on my journey, because at the end of the day, my loyalty will always be to truth.
And then she was... Okay, so that was like prepared. She knew when she was getting fired.
It's like, have you watched the documentary about like the doctor who was making like fake plastics in people's like neck.
No.
He was putting like plastic in here, and the day they were going against him for doing that, he went to Russia to promote a woman who got the surgery done. And while he was like on the stage with her promoting her, like that this new surgery went well, they were looking for evidence to like fire him and actually get him arrested in Sweden.
Oh my God.
So it's like, it looks like, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's interesting how like the world works.
Yes.
Like while they're making a business somewhere else, they are
Being
being
attacked.
fired
Yeah.
A lot
in
of people
the other
on
country. That's
the internet were
Yeah.
quite shocked about, but I wasn't one of them, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't one of them. The comment section wanted to crush Disney just to become them. I just ended my subscription. Very Hollywood move from the Daily Wire. Big con is real. W for Candace. I might actually watch Candace now that she's left. So anybody who's sort of paying attention could obviously see that the breakdown, and Candace just talked about it there in her first response. I mean, imagine how tough that is. The entire world is talking about you. Half the internet is ripping you. Half the internet is cheering for you. There's this big drama back home at your employer for, years, right? This photo is from 3 years ago. So the Daily Wire's employed Candace Owens for 3 years. Ben Shapiro grinning and posing with photos of Candace Owens doing hundreds of thousands of likes.
You called on it.
She liked going on like a bigger platform.
So it's actually better for her to get fired. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's like one small door for a bigger.
But I
net.
mean,
Yeah.
she looks fantastic. I just want to comment on her look. I'm sorry. She looks amazing. I love her belt, her dress. She looks fantastic.
I didn't even notice it was.
You didn't notice? You were just thinking, oh, she's fired. Why? I was like, gosh, she looks fantastic.
I was trying to look like, what stage is it? Where is she? I was looking around the picture to
Yeah,
see
he
the
said-
bigger picture.
He said they're in Amsterdam
Yeah, I saw it.
against NATO.
From
That's
Amsterdam. She tweeted, "This was my first time in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is a beautiful city. Thank you for the chat." And she actually covered a number of topics in this interview on cancel culture and about what was happening to her, right? She was called an expert on cancel culture by the interviewer and went ahead and said this.
The unheard voices of many people, and like you in many ways, our network is getting cancelled too, you're somewhat of an expert in dealing with getting cancelled. Any message to our viewers and our supporters?
Yeah. I think the best way to deal with it is fearlessly. If you fear that you're being canceled, don't worry about it, because I think, like I said, we're on the brink of a mass awakening, a global awakening. And so what you're seeing, the desperation of the attacks, I always smile and I always laugh, because that's how you know that we're inching ever closer. They are worried. They've lost control of the narrative, which is why they've become so extreme in their demands for censorship. The underground movement isn't so underground anymore, where the underground movement has become quite mainstream, and it's great. The more they cancel people, they go from far right and they come inward and inward and inward, and suddenly they're canceling the moderates. Know that we're close. That's what I would say to people.
Right. So Encore Nederland should just keep going.
Just keep going, like you don't even care. Don't even pay attention to the smears, the libels. They don't work. We're winning.
Okay, so Candy Owens says NATO is to blame for Russia's Ukraine invasion. This is scary.
This is huge politics.